Okay. John chapter 5. John chapter 5. You start getting into, you'd think, they crucified Jesus. Well, how did he wind up there? That kind of thing actually resulted from the things you'll start seeing in chapter 5. You see, one of the touchiest subjects that there is religion. Religion is typically, you can look it up in a dictionary, but it's for the most part people's view of God, especially people's view of God. And you'll find unending religious views. In other words, things that people think about God. Well, when Jesus is clashing with all these people, that's the Pharisees for the most part, and they are a strict religion, supposedly, the ones looking for Jesus to come. But now he's come, and they're finding all the reasons to clash with him instead. But here's the key to it. Although there's unending religious views, the thing you got to remember, and I think it's neat as you study through the Bible, is that Jesus is always right. His word is always right. But what happens with these religious Pharisees is they refuse to give up their preconceived ideas. And then they begin with the hatred of Jesus because he's not going with the flow. He's clashing with them in more ways than one. That's one of the reasons I said, and I think it's in this lesson as well, I'm glad I didn't have any religious biases when I first got saved and started reading the Bible. I was going to read you a verse again, because what happens here is Jesus starts doing miracles, is beginning to do more and more miracles. And the reason for all of these miracles, I think people misunderstand it. I mean, they're wonderful, and every one of them that got healed surely was grateful for it. But it wasn't just a street show. It was Jesus coming along and proving who Jesus was. I read a verse before to you, the only one I've really read. I'm going to read the verse before it and that one again, John 20, verse 30 and 31. And many other signs truly did Jesus in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book, the book of John. But these are written that you might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you might have life through his name. So you see, the reason for all of these things, and I believe this is the chapter where Jesus starts talking about developing witnesses towards himself, proving who he is. But he clashes with the religious crowd from here on out until they crucify him and think that they've won. But the thing is, you have to remember, is that there is a final authority for all of the religious questions that people have. The religious slants or differentiations, they think something different. You go to the Bible and you find the answer. In the Bible, you'll find what's truth. John 17:17 says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. I believe it's the only pure truth you're going to find is in the Word of God. When I got saved in Germany, there was a missionary there, and he taught us, about the Bible. And of course, he was acted as a pastor. But I'll never forget him telling me, because I'd say, boy, people ask me the strangest questions, and I just don't think that what they're telling me is in the Bible. And I told him, he said, this is how you solve those things. When they tell you something quacky, you can tell it's somebody out of left field, just tell them chapter and verse. And they'll say, excuse me, give me a chapter and verse for that. And if they can't give you a chapter and verse, just shh. I don't want to hear it. Personal experiences doesn't amount to nothing compared to the Word of God. Anyways, got to babbling again. I'll see you in John chapter 6. Take time to read everything. Take time to read it through a couple of times.